Have you ever wanted to just step back in time? Well, right in the middle of the incredibly futuristic, bustling city of Seoul, you actually can. We're talking about Bukchon Hanok Village, this gorgeous neighborhood where traditional Korean houses, or hanoks, creates a stunning labyrinth of ancient beauty. But, as we're about to see, this living museum is facing a very, very modern problem.
I mean, just picture it. You're wandering through these quiet, 600-year-old streets. The morning light is catching the elegant, tiled roofs just right. It's peaceful, it's historic, it is absolutely breathtaking. This is that postcard-perfect image of Bukchon, a true living museum tucked right between two grand royal palaces.
But this is the reality for most of the day. And here's the thing you absolutely have to remember. This is not a movie set. People actually live here. Can you imagine trying to go about your day with thousands of visitors right outside your front door? Or waking up to find tourists literally peering into your windows? Its incredible popularity has created this huge challenge with noise, trash, and just a total loss of privacy for the residents.
So that brings up the big question. How do we protect this incredible place? It's a question cities from Venice to Barcelona are all struggling with. Well, Seoul has come up with a plan. A new set of rules designed not to restrict you, but to preserve the magic of the village for everyone, the residents and the visitors.
So before you even think about planning your trip, you need to know about these new regulations. Think of this as your essential briefing for having a perfect and totally respectful visit to one of Seoul's greatest treasures. Okay, so at the very heart of this new plan is a really simple but powerful idea: silence tourism. It's basically a whole philosophy that asks us to be more like quiet guests in someone's home, rather than loud tourists on a tour. All it really means is keeping your voice low, traveling in smaller groups, and just remembering that these charming houses are actual private homes. And the city is taking this very seriously. To make sure the new visiting hours are respected, there's a pretty significant fine of 100,000 Korean won. That's about $75. So yeah, it really pays to know the rules before you go.
So what's the main rule you need to know? It's a strict curfew for tourists in the most popular residential area. You are absolutely welcome to visit, explore, take all the photos you want, but only between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Outside of those hours, the streets are for the residents so they can finally have their neighborhood back.
This map shows you exactly where we're talking about. This area here is the red zone, the main residential part of the village where that curfew is in effect. It's centered around a street called Bukchon Row 11 Gil, and this is really the heart of the village that the city is working so hard to protect.
Now, of course, there are a few exceptions. If you live there, or you're visiting a friend who does, or maybe you're staying overnight in a Hanok guest house, or you're a customer at a shop or restaurant, you can be in the area. But, and listen up, because this is the key part, you still can't engage in touristy activities like taking a bunch of photos or sightseeing outside that 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. window.
And the efforts don't stop there. To help with the crazy traffic jams and illegal parking, large charter tour buses will also be banned from the area's main roads starting in January 2026. It's all part of creating a more sustainable, walking-focused way to experience the village. So, with the rules in mind, how can you make the most of your visit between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m.? And believe me, you'll have plenty of time. A fantastic place to start is the official Bukchon 8 Views walking course. This is basically a greatest hits tour, a curated route that guides you to all the most scenic, most photogenic spots. You'll see everything from the beautiful stone wall of Changdeokgung Palace to those iconic hillside alleys with just stunning views of the traditional rooftops against the modern city skyline.
And here's a great pro tip for planning your walk. The village is kind of split into two sides with very different vibes. The east side, with views 1 through 3, is much quieter, more residential. The west side is where you'll find those famous photo spots and most of the tourist buzz, so you can really choose your own adventure.
All right, so once you've soaked in all the views, the afternoon is the perfect time to dive a little deeper into the culture of Bukchon. There is so much to do before 5 p.m., and honestly, this is where the village's charm truly comes alive.
You can rent a beautiful hanbok, that's the traditional Korean clothing you'll see everywhere, and get some incredible photos. Or you could try your hand at a traditional craft, pop into some of the small art galleries, or just find a peaceful spot to relax with a great meal or a cup of tea. I would highly recommend visiting a traditional tea house. A beloved spot is called Cha Masineun Tteul. That's Cha Masineun Tteul, which translates beautifully to a garden where you drink tea.
I'm telling you, stepping into its peaceful courtyard feels like entering another world. It's the perfect way to really embrace that silence tourism spirit.
And when you get hungry, you have got to try the local food. A must-try dish is bossam. It's this super tender boiled pork served with kimchi and all these delicious wraps. A fantastic place to get it is Jeongdamun Bossam. That's Jeong-Man Bossam, a restaurant set inside a gorgeous hanok that offers a truly authentic experience.
Look, a trip to Bukchon is an unforgettable experience, but it really does come with a shared responsibility. The future of this incredible living museum really depends on how we, as visitors, choose to act within its ancient walls. So here's your final checklist. It's super simple. Visit during the designated hours, be a silence tourist, take your trash with you, remember these are private homes, not a theme park, and try to keep your group small. Following these small things makes a huge difference and ensures Bukchon remains a treasure for generations to come.
And that leaves us with one final thought. These new rules aren't just about avoiding a fine. They're about shifting our mindset from being a tourist to being a guest. So as you plan your visit, just ask yourself this. Are you there to take from the village, or are you there to be a welcome guest in someone's home? The choice, it makes all the difference.